It is the right time to fix the next 10 years of your life. It is the right time for you to stop waiting that one miracle will happen and you suddenly make the money that you did not work for. And I'm not discountenancing the place of God doing wondrous things in our lives. Of course, God can do it. Of course. Of course. But if that is what you are waiting for, you may just live your life in perpetual waiting and penury. So it's time for you to take charge of the rest of your life, particularly the next 10 years. I remember many years ago, in fact, it was the first job I ever did, and I didn't need to work at the time. But I mean, I just wanted to work. I was just, a very young boy, and then my parents allowed me to go work. It was more like an internship thing. And I remember my first boss then, Mr. Femi Magbadilo, God bless you, whatever you answer. When I was 16 or so at the time, and Mr. Femi was in his 40s. This is many years ago. Before the days of the Jersey people. Not just the Jersey boys, it's the truth, man. And he asked me, he said, Yemi, sit down. What do you want to be 10 years from now? Where do you want to be 10 years from now? What do you want to have become 10 years from now? And as a young boy, I was excited about the question. I mean, very excited. I said, oh, sir, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to be this, I want to be that. And he said, good. I like that. I like the fact that you're ambitious. I like the fact that you know what you want to do. I can see it. I see the way you walk. I see that you're a very energetic young boy. You want to succeed in life. And I was excited. And then he told me, that thing that you say you want to do 10 years from now, do not wait until it's 10 years. Start doing it now. And then I looked at Mr. Femi. I said, sir, it's not possible. He said, yes, I know it's not possible. Because you cannot actually do everything you want to do in 10 years today. But you can do just one minute thing. One little, tiny, almost insignificant thing that relates to what you want to do in 10 years. And if you do that thing consistently over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, you will become that thing you want to become 10 years from now. And in truth, at that time, I still did not understand what Mr. Femi was saying. It was quite exciting. He was someone I respected, so I listened to him, but I didn't get the juice of what he was saying. But many years down the line, I look back and I pick wisdom from what Mr. Femi had said to me. And whatever it is you want to do 10 years from now, start doing it now. In fact, in the business world, for you that runs a business, you would know that it takes an average of 10 years to know a successful business, to be able to tell that your business has been successful. So the fact that your business is 1 year old, or 2 years old, or 3 years old, doesn't mean you're successful yet. Statistically, it takes about 10 years of you running that venture for you to say it's been successful. But guess what? You will not get to the 10-year mark if you do not start doing it right now. So the big question I'm asking you this morning is, are you doing things that's going to take you to where you want to be in 10 years? Or even let me bring it down to 5 years. Are you doing things that will take you to where you want to be 5 years from now? And I bet you're wondering, why am I stressing myself? 5 years is a long time. Yeah, 5 years is a long time. Because when you sleep and wake, you only have tomorrow. And then you sleep and wake again and you have tomorrow. And then you sleep and wake again and you have tomorrow. But the tomorrow you have very soon will be the tomorrow that was 5 years ago. So you want to make sure, or let me even assume for you, that you are doing all that it requires for you to get to where you want to be in 5 years or in 10 years. That you're doing all that it requires. I'm not saying you are doing all that you like, because sometimes what you like to do won't take you anywhere, which is why a lot of people are in the same situation for many years. And you do the same thing over and over and over and over again, and you achieved similar results because that thing was comfortable for you, was a convenient thing, was an easy thing to do. But what it requires, what you want demands of you, usually is not an easy thing to do. It's not. They say life is not a bed of roses, and it's indeed true. There is nothing worth having in life that comes easy, including a happy marriage. Including a happy marriage. There is nothing absolutely worth having in life that comes easy, including having a successful business. There is nothing absolutely worth having in this life that comes easy, including being in good health. Because being in good health would mean that you also eat healthy. You stop eating junk. You know you want to binge on those things. You know it is sweet. It is sweet your belly. But you want to live long. The Yoruba people in Nigeria would say, so there is no way you want to live long and you will not experience difficult situations. So if you want to be successful in your life in 5, 10, 20, 40, 50 years, if you still have time, you have to start doing something now. And you're not doing what you've been doing that has brought you to where you are. Unless where you are is where you really like. If you're comfortable where you are, it's fine. I'm not talking to you this morning. You can log off. You can go do something else. But if where you are right now is not where you like, you wish things are better for you. You wish things are better. You wish that an emergency occurs right now and you can manage the situation, that you don't have to run helter-skelter. Because somebody once said that an average Nigerian is just one sickness away from being poor. People that are already living in poverty. Just one sickness from abject poverty. From you probably going on social media to seek help. So I want to assume that you are doing what it requires of you. So you are either reading the right books or not. You are either having the right conversations with the right people or not. You are either watching the right videos or not. Because right now, a lot of us spend majority of our time, the most of our time, on the phone, watching videos, laughing, enjoying, having fun. These things are good. I'm not going to say you should not do any of those things. By the end of the week, go to your phone settings and see how much time you spent on TikTok, or on YouTube, or on Facebook, or Instagram, or even Twitter, X. And admit to you don't need to tell anybody. You know within yourself that you've either invested your time or wasted your time. You know. Because if what you've spent your time doing doesn't have a direct impact, or probably even indirect impact on the next level that you want to get to, then you probably have wasted your time. Is somebody with me this morning? It's either you are engaged in the disciplines that will drive you closer to your destination, or you are not. But there's something I don't want to be engaged in this morning, and that is disillusion. I don't want you to be disillusioned, hoping without acting, wishing without doing. So the key is to take a look and say, where am I? What could I do to make these changes that Yemi is talking about this morning? To make sure that I take certain daily steps towards that treasure that I desire, towards that mental treasure, towards that personal treasure, spiritual treasure, financial treasure, family treasure. Because your success isn't balanced if the only thing you have is money. So if you want to wake up 5 years from now and look back and say, yes, I indeed lived, then you may need to make changes right now. You may need to make critical changes right now. Listen, draw a circle if you can right now. And put yourself right within the circle. Okay, maybe you're driving. Let me not use that instance, because some people may not be able to do that this morning. I wish this was a class so I can draw this on a board. I need to let you know that the difference between 10 years and right now can be really, really significant. But the difference between right now and tomorrow morning, 8:28 a.m. tomorrow morning, the difference can really be insignificant. You may not even see the difference. But if you compound these 24 hours every day for the next 10 years, the difference would be greatly significant. Stratospherically significant. There can be an incredible difference. And all you need is a small difference every day. A little change in discipline, a little change in thinking, a little change in your behavioral patterns, a little change in the way you talk, a little change in the places you go to, a little change in the things you spend money on, a little change in the people you spend your time listening to, a little change in the things you talk about. A little change here and there. And don't say, oh, I'm okay, I don't want to change. See, you need to be honest, self-honest this morning. The first step to self-success is what? Self-discovery. And the first step to self-discovery is self-awareness. Self-awareness before that is self-honesty. Looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, this is who I really am. Nobody is there to judge you. I'm in the studio right now. You are there at home. You're in your car. You're probably even waiting for this to be over so you can step into church. But you can look at yourself and say, indeed, this is who I am. And you know the changes you need to make because you know. Don't even tell me that you don't know what you need to do. You know it. The challenge is that you've not been doing it. And all this faith and expectation and hope that you have is dead without any form of work on your part. But I'm here to tell you today that the fact that you are even working doesn't mean things will happen in a day. But I want you to look at the long-term perspective. 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, there will be a significant difference if you do the right things today. I don't want you to be disillusioned anymore. I do not want you to be disillusioned anymore. A lot of people are used to the cross-finger theory, where you just cross your fingers, cross your legs, sit down and see what will happen. And I know time and chance happens to them all. But the quality of the decisions you have made with your life, the quality of the knowledge you have, the quality of the network you have would impact the time, or the chances rather, that the time avails you. Did you hear me? The quality of your mind would impact the quality of the chances that you recognize when time brings you across them. Are you getting me this morning? So you have to decide that you are not going to obey that cross-finger principle anymore. You are going to get up from your seat this morning and do something. Do something. Somebody getting me this morning. Check out the last 5 years of your life. Check out the last 5 years of your life. And I can announce to you that what you just checked out is how the next 5 years of your life will be. And that is not a curse. It's the truth. That is exactly how the next 5 years of your life will be, unless you make a key change in your life. Unless you make a change in your life. So if you do not like what you have seen, as I've told you to check out the last 5 years of your life, if you are not in love with how the last 5 years went, then you know that that is a sign for you to make a change today. Change something, even if it's a little. Even if it's a little. Stop doing anything you want. Stop doing anything you like. I know, yes, I know, I can hear you saying, I should not do that. Yes, stop doing what you like. Because what you like has brought you to where you don't like. That's the truth. What you have been doing that you like is what has brought you to this place you are in your life that you do not like. So you need to stop doing what you like. And start doing what is right. Stop doing what you like and start doing what is right. It doesn't matter the amount of ideas you have. It doesn't matter the amount of inspiration you have. It doesn't matter how many motivational speakers you've listened to, or how many people that have told you that you can make it, or how much your mother had prayed for you that, my son, you will succeed. If you sit down in that your house and do nothing about your life, those prayers will not come to pass. Those ideas will end up being ideas. Those inspiration would end up being frustration. Are you with me this morning? Stop being disillusioned. And how do you ensure that things change? First, you need to know exactly what you want to see in your life. You need to know exactly what you want to see in your life. Because if you do not know what it is you want, you cannot even recognize it when it comes. Number two, because I don't have time this morning. I don't have time. I want to close this fast. Number two, you need to study how those that have succeeded at that thing that you really want have succeeded. That is what you need to do. Study how they did it. And you'll be able to replicate what they have done. Even the Bible says, study to show thyself approved. Study to show thyself approved. So the first thing, the prerequisite for approval for that thing that you want is studying. You need to study. You need to be a good reader. It is not cliche when they say readers are leaders. It is not cliche when they say the secrets of your success is written in a book. Virtually every successful person around that you look up to has something he said before, a video, a book, a seminar, a TED talk. Go and find these things out and consume them. Because if you just go around saying, I've been told I must do something, I must change something, and you are doing the wrong thing, you end up where you don't want to end up. So you must be doing the right things. And the way to do the right things is to study. You need to be inquisitive. You need to be curious. How did they do it? Become a student of life. The people that have succeeded in their marriages, how did they succeed? The people that built businesses and succeeded, how did they do it? The people that have good health, year 70, and they can still lift their body. I saw a video of a woman, 70-something year old, and she still goes to the gym and she's very active. If no one tells you that she's 70-something, as a 40-year-old man, you probably still want to toast her because she looked really healthy. Are you getting me this morning? Then when you have studied, when you've learned these things, then do something about it. Take an action. Take an action. Do something. Not every action you take will give you the results you want. Not every action you take will give you the results you want. Because the problem is some of us are actually even doing something. You probably have been doing things and you are saying, hey, but they do something now. But it's not working. It is that you don't see it working yet. But it is working. It is working. It is that the day to reap has not come. Because seed time and harvest do not cease. So you must sow for you to reap. And if you have been sowing and you are not seeing the result of your work yet, it may be that it is not time for that thing to come to pass. You can't start your course as a medical student. You're probably in 100 level and you start calling yourself a medical doctor, and then you tell someone who has needs an operation that, oh, I can do the operation for you. You can't do that, right? Even though you're already doing something about being a medical doctor, you still need to hold on. I remember a business I started many years ago. I think this was around 20, what is it now? 2008 or 2009. I started a cyber cafe that year. I mean, then cyber cafes were still running. And then put all the system together, got a place, and everything, got somebody to do the work, And in the first month, I'm not even sure, I'm not even sure we made 10,000 naira. No, it was the first week. We didn't even make 10,000 naira or something. But by the end of the first month, remember, in a whole week of starting, we were not getting results. Nothing. It just felt like we were burning fuel from morning till night. Maybe one person will come, do something, maybe 1,000 naira the whole day, and we burn fuel. And we have to pay rent. But by the first month, we were making multiples of 10,000 naira on a daily basis. If you had said, oh, because we didn't make any money this first week, we shut down the business. No, we made a mistake. Sometimes what you are building is a skyscraper, and you will spend time building the foundation. So you don't compare yourself to those who they started today and tomorrow they are seeing results. What they may be planting is just vegetable, ugu. That before they can say Jack Robinson, they've seen the result of their planting. But in your own case, you are planting a bamboo tree. And month 1, you are not seeing anything. Month 2, you are not seeing anything. Year 1, you are not even seeing anything. But the day that bamboo tree sprouts, hey, do you understand? I challenge you again, do not be disillusioned. Do not what? Be disillusioned. So you have to be curious, you have to learn, you have to be excited like a child. Jesus talked about children. He loves children, the way they believe things, the kind of faith they have. You need to believe that what you are doing will work for you. That it will work for you. Because if you do not believe in what you are doing, I wish you are watching me online right now. You can see the facial expression I'm making. So I challenge you to pick a pen and a paper this morning and analyze your life again. Don't worry about what has not worked in the past. Don't worry about where you are right. Go back to the drawing board and analyze again. And yes, this is where I am right now. But what do I need to do differently to get to where I really, really want to be? Because just like in Egypt, see, listen, things are not as bad as you imagine. Things are not as difficult as you imagine. Your life is not as bad as you think it is. A lot of people have it worse. A lot of people have it worse. But you know what they say is the greatest invention of our generation? It is the ability. And it is not even a car. It's not a phone. It's not Tesla. It's not the different inventions. It is actually the ability for you to change the state of your life by changing the state of your heart and what you do. So challenge yourself today that from tomorrow morning, I'm going to make a significant change in my life and begin to do the right things. I'm not going to be doing only what I like to do. I'm going to be doing the things that are right to do. And watch how the principle of compound interest, how things will begin to compound for you, and then you begin to see the kind of results that you want. And God will help.